I've read that this particular idea, Daniel Kraus was part of the way this one started.
Crucial, yeah.
Yeah, can you talk about that?
Well, I had tried many ways of trying to do the idea of the love story, always incomplete. I never liked it.
Yeah.
And then Daniel, during a breakfast in 2011, I said, what else are you working on? And he said, I have this idea of a janitor that befriends a creature in a cylinder and in a government facility and takes it home.
Huh.
And I thought, that's it. That's the key to do it with the smaller, invisible, disfranchised characters
Yeah.
that come together to save the ultimate other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it came. What happens with me that is curious is a lot of it comes all at once, like a
Interesting.
song.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then there are areas that are black that I cannot access, and then it takes, for example, with Pan's Labyrinth, I took 6 months to write the opening 10 pages,
Wow.
and I wouldn't move and I wouldn't move. And then when I understood that the blood needed to flow backwards to her nose, and I said, and then I understood it's the ending, but it's not the ending. And immediately I wrote the rest in 4 weeks,
Wow.
the first draft. And
Wow.
with this, with Vanessa, I came to Vanessa with 40 pages of a script, and I asked her what her instincts were, and she said, you know, well, I think the Russian story could grow, and we could make more of the general and the relationship with Strickland. And immediately I thought, that's the black spot. I couldn't figure it out on my
Huh.
own at all.
So why did you? I've got like a three-part question. Why did you think you wanted to work with someone? Why did you choose Vanessa? And Vanessa, why did you want to do this?
Well, I knew after trying from 2012 to 2014 and getting to 40 odd pages of a script, and with all the beats you see, all the main beats, the ending, the beginning, the escape, blah blah blah. But all of them were, there was a piece missing, a huge piece missing. And in 2014, I went to Alexander Dinelaris, who had co-written Birdman with Alejandro.
Yeah.
We had several meetings, but it couldn't work. And then I came to LA and I met with 3 or 4 writers. And the moment you meet with them, you know.
Yeah.
And with Vanessa, I met and I said, what do you think about the story? And her reaction to the story was all at once intelligent, but very moved and beautiful. And I think it took 2 meetings or 1 meeting, very quick. Yeah, over sushi. Very, not, very tragic for the fish. But we met and we connected really well. And then I thought she's the one.
And Vanessa, why did you think, there's something I want to be part of?
Well, from the beginning, when he told me the story, I saw how beautiful it would be. But I think I really, and so I was really interested in that, and I thought I understood the tone he was interested in, and I love the idea that there were two people at the center of it who didn't speak, and they were surrounded by people who were sort of speaking but not saying anything. But I also really loved, I just had this impression that Guillermo was pursuing this in a very pure way, that he genuinely loved it, and that it was a story he wanted to tell, and he just was going to tell it somehow, and that it really didn't matter to him all the rest of it, the business or the this or the that. And I really was attracted to that creative spirit and felt like, oh wow, I really want to be a part of that.
Yeah. No, it sounds good. Now, how did you specifically work together?
Well,
Everyone who writes together does it a different way.
yeah,
So
I
I'm
mean,
curious how you guys did it.
I've done it many times the same way because it works. Matthew Robbins and I co-wrote out 6, 7 screenplays. I have co-written with writers in Spain, and most of that is long distance. So what we would do, or what I like, is I take over, or they take over for a couple of weeks or a month, and then I don't talk about anything. I say, do whatever you want. Don't tell me, don't consult me. I'm gonna cut, I'm gonna add, do whatever you want, because I know what you want to do by the time I get it back.
Yeah.
It's like custody with children. You get them this weekend, take them to the park. Next weekend, I'll take them to the ice cream. And I spoil them, you spoil them, and they come back and forth, and then we talk briefly on the phone, if that, And I would say, why did you take that scene out? Why did you make it longer? Why did you feel we need? And we talk a little, and then again a long silence.
Vanessa, how was it for you?
I really enjoyed that communication. I thought it was funny how clearly I felt I could hear someone speaking to me, even though they weren't saying anything, by what changes were made to the script. I felt like it was an actual conversation where I was like, oh, you didn't like that, huh? Ha ha. I see. And it was, I thought that was really intriguing, and I really enjoyed having the freedom to do whatever I thought would make it the best. And I really I felt like Guillermo was bringing this huge creativity to it, that some of the scenes were so unpredictable to me, so surprising. And from the early point, I thought, I've got to bring the same level of creativity. And I thought it was very challenging because I'm normally a little more logic and structure based. And I just thought, I'm going to just try to see what crazy thing I can think of, because that, that's sort of what he's looking for. And I found that really fun.